Recording in progress.
Are you speaking?
Yeah, I'm coming.
You've already given me the answer. I'm just asking you how you did it.
I said, plus I did 25 times 20. I got 500, then 25 times 4. That is 100. So minus 100
Okay.
500 minus 100.
I'm not sure if this was in the math points, but if you're multiplying numbers that end with 5 and you're multiplying by an even number, you can divide the even number by 2 and convert the number ending in 5 to a number ending in 0. So 25 times 16 becomes 50 times 8, which is 500. So same way, let's say 15 times 18, right? 15 times 18 becomes 30 times 9. So that's 270. Exactly. So you divide the even number by 2, then you convert the number ending in 5 to a number ending in 0. So 15, 18 becomes 39, 270. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, Papa Kwanzaa. Is it Papa Kwesi or Papa Kwanzaa? Papa Kwesi. Oh, okay. Got confused because I'm Papa Kwesi. All right, so Papa Kwesi was 112 divided by 11 in decimals. Divided by 11. 112 divided by 11 in decimals. Take your time. 112. 112 divided by 11. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Take your time. But in your head, don't write. So I don't know why. Once you got the 10, that was supposed to have been the hardest part. Because you are supposed to know the decimals already. I mean, the 2 is, that it's going to be 110, right? You're going to be left with 2, right? So that 2 over 11, you're supposed to know that already. So that's what I was actually testing. Okay, 11. Yeah, and you already know 2 over 11, so then you know what that's going to be. Does that make sense? Okay, all right. Stacy, do you want another question?
Yes.
Okay, what's 5 over 6 in decimals?
I'm sorry, something happened to my phone. 0.8333.
Okay. Okay, good. So I think we're making progress. Backwards, what's 19 squared?
19 squared. 361. 361.
Backwards.
Sorry. 361. I said it, but the mic.
Okay, all right. So you guys leave your mics on because I'm going to be directing questions to all of you at random. Okay, and I want you to be fast. Okay, so leave your mics on. The question I can call anybody at any time.
Okay.
Okay, so just get ready. All right, now if I ask someone a question and the person answers and you don't understand, please let me know so I explain it to you. Otherwise, I'll assume you won't understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You guys are friends, right?
Yeah.
Is anybody's girlfriend or boyfriend here, or is anybody's crush here?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you don't need to impress anybody here, right?
Yeah,
Good. So feel free, okay?
you can.
And don't be shy to make mistakes. It's not a big deal. You can give me a wrong answer. Just make sure it's not a ridiculous answer. Okay.
Okay,
Once there's some reasoning behind the answer, I'm good to go. Okay.
okay.
All right. So the first thing in numbers is the difference between numbers in general and integers. Okay. Numbers, when they say x is a positive number, it's all numbers. Integers are whole numbers, right?
Yeah.
So a positive number is not necessarily an integer. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys read that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very important. Okay, so let's take a question. So this is for everybody, so you send me the answer through chat. Okay.
And please,
Right.
the x is a positive number and x 1.
Oh, x is not equal to 1. Yeah, x is not equal to 1. So s cubed is greater than s squared. I 1 over x is less than x, and I 3x is greater than 2x. So to the chat quickly, 15 seconds. I want to see 4 answers. Not WhatsApp chat. I mean Zoom chat. Okay. Okay, Stacy, start with you. Okay, good. So only Stacy got it right. Okay, so back with you went for I and I. Why is I correct and I is not correct? What's your reasoning? Quickly.
Yes, I didn't.
Okay, you chose all three. You
Yeah, I
chose all
chose
three.
all three. Yes, I chose all three. I added the I2 after seeing the sign.
Okay. All right. So now you missed exactly the okay, Stacy, explain why I is the right answer quickly. I'm sure you got the reason right.
Um, yeah. Okay, so positive numbers
Mm-hmm.
include numbers from like the 0 to 1 and then
Good,
above 1.
good.
Yes, so let
So
me take
that's
I first.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's essentially what the guys missed. Okay, so you guys forgot that numbers between 0 and 1 are positive numbers too. Okay, and that was the key thing I wanted you to remember. So half cube is 1/8, and that's greater than 1/4.
Okay.
Sorry, that's less than 1/4. So this is wrong. Okay, and half 1/1/2 is 2. That's greater than half. So this is also wrong. This is always correct, regardless of whether it's a fraction or it's not. It's a whole number. Okay, so you guys have failed your first test. I'm not impressed because this was in the book. Was it not? It was an example like this in the book. Hello?
Yeah, there was. There was.
Okay. All right. I read the book, so I think I remember everything that is inside the book. So when you guys are studying the chapters for the class, make sure that you read it very well. And don't just glance over things. Okay. Don't assume I know this. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So 3x is greater than 4y. Okay, so I mentioned to you quantitative comparison in the previous class, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Stacy, were you there?
No, please.
So you don't know what's going on here, do you?
Yes, please.
So yes, please means what? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So quantity, they give you two quantities, and the first option is quantity A is greater than quantity B, and option B is quantity B is greater than quantity A. Option C is they are equal, and option D is the relationship cannot be determined. Okay, so 4 options all the time. Is that clear?
Yes.
So if you think from here that from the information given, uh, quantity A is greater, then you choose A. If you think quantity B is greater, then you choose B. All right. So quantity A is X and quantity B is Y. Wait. Goodness gracious. All right. So this is X is X and Y not equal to 0. Okay. X and Y not equal to 0. All right. So let's go quickly. Do you understand the question?
Yes.
Okay. So chat quickly answers. A is greater than B, B is greater than A, blah 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 blah. Let's be fast, let's be fast. Okay. Pancreas says A is greater. Okay, quickly. But you can change your answer if you want to.
Just realize what I did.
Okay. Uh okay, so Pancreas is B now. Bright is B, Israel is D, Stacy is D. Okay, so two B's and two D's. So the B squared. Why do you think B is Y is greater?
So
Okay, so
okay.
let me explain this. Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
I made x and y equals let's say wait, you said x is x and y. Okay, I made x and y equals 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
Then 3/, sorry, I made x and y equals 1/9 rather. Then 3/9 is 0.33, and 4/9 is 0.44. So meaning
Mm-hmm.
I is greater than the quantity b is greater than quantity a. Then I tried it with 1/2 too. So two
Mm-hmm.
over two over two is 1.2. Then 4/2 is 2. So meaning y
Okay,
is
okay,
greater than 2.
okay. So you guys, I don't like that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not saying it's a terrible thing to do, but what you are doing right now is for people who want to get 150, like 150 to 150, because you not finish the test. Okay. Because by the time you finish plugging in all these numbers, at least some good 1 minute is gone. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So as much as possible, try not to use plugin methods for stuff like this. Okay. So plugin method is like it's a sure way of getting an answer, but it wastes time and it's not an optimal approach. Okay. Robert, why do you go for D?
X and Y can either be negative or positive. So in that case,
Good,
A to C is out.
good, brilliant. So Parkway and right. Do you see what's happening here?
Yeah.
So if X and Y are positive, then even that you guys were wrong. Okay, if X and Y are positive, then for 3X to be greater than 4Y, definitely X will be greater than Y. Okay, because for them to be equal, X has to be 4 and Y has to be 3, right? In a sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so if this is greater, then X is definitely greater than Y, right? So if they were positive, X quantity A will be greater. If they were negative, B will be greater. So please watch out for that. So in this case, if you see something like this, right, and quantity A is Y and quantity B is Z, and you are told that X, Y, and Z are not equal to 0. You get a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is Z. Answers quickly. Chat. Okay. 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 Right and accuracy. Okay. So right. Complete it and let's go on. Okay, good. So and you guys don't be sending your answers to everyone. Okay, send it to me.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't want you to
Sir.
be influencing other people's answers. So you know how to send to me, right? Okay, all right, good. All right, so you read in the book that 0 is an even number, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. And it's clear why 0 is an even number, right? Hey, it's clear, right? Okay.
Because when you divide it by 2, there's no reminder.
Okay. So even numbers are essentially if n over 2 is an integer, then n is an even number. So 0 over 2 is an integer. So 0 is an even number. It's as simple as that. All right. So odd numbers and even numbers alternate. So even odd, even odd, even odd, even odd, right? So if you have two consecutive integers, you expect that to be you expect the sum to be odd, right? Because you have an odd and an even number. If you have three consecutive integers, what will be the sum, even or odd?
Mhm.
All right. Answer this for me, since you don't want to answer that. Okay. Okay. Uh, Stacy, are you saying A or you're saying I? Which one? Okay. All right. Okay. Um, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So the sum of six consecutive integers must be okay odd because you're gonna have three pairs of two. I mean, you're gonna have three pairs of uh, two consecutive
Odd numbers.
integers whose sums are odd. So you're going to have odd plus odd plus odd. So you're going to have an odd number for the six numbers. So that means I is wrong. Now, I is, who can give me a good explanation why I is correct? Very brief, good explanation. Now, I do these things because I want you guys to like truly understand, not just know the answer. Okay, so I hope you guys didn't add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to check. I hope nobody did that. Or
So,
someone did that.
oh,
Eh?
no.
Okay, so what did you do? How did you know it was a multiple of 3?
So how I went about, I think in the book it was x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 3. So
Mm,
for the the multiple of 3, so it's supposed to be 6x plus 1 2 plus 3 to 5. If is eh, is that how it's supposed to do it? And
no, I
because
don't like
the
that. You see,
eh,
as much as possible, I don't like you to solve anything when you're answering a question. Okay. I like you to think through the problem. That's always my ideal solution. So I don't want to be solving equations in your head. Okay.
eh,
All right. So if you didn't know that, what would make you believe that it's a multiple of 3? Robert, do you have an explanation? No,
I know the sum of three consecutive integers is
it's a multiple of 3.
multiple of 3. So
Good. So when
whether
you
it's
add
6,
when you
9,
add
12,
exactly. So the sum of any three consecutive integers is a multiple of 3, right? So if you add six consecutive integers and you're adding two multiples of 3, and that sum should also be a multiple of 3. It's as simple as that. Okay. Now, how do you know the sum of any three consecutive integers is a multiple of 3? It's because the middle number is an integer, right? So essentially, the sum of the three numbers over the number of numbers, which is the average, is the same as the middle number. Okay, that's the next chapter we're moving to from here, though. So if the average, which is an integer, uh, is sorry, if the average is an integer, then it means the sum is a multiple of 3 because there are three numbers. So for any three consecutive integers, the sum is going to be uh, a multiple of 3. So would the sum of four consecutive integers be divisible by 4 with that analogy? Hey, hey, the class is silent. Somebody show answer. Would the sum of four consecutive integers be divisible by 4? Israel, what do you think? Stacy?
eh, in 6.
Mm?
So since the sum of the first 4 integers is not divisible by 4, that makes it.
Okay, so you added 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
0, 1, 2, 3.
0, 1, 2, 3. All right, that's fine. Stacy, what did you say? Yes or no? Yes, no, no, right?
Yes, but
Yes. No,
my analogy is wrong.
your analogy is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a multiple of 4 because from what I was saying earlier, the median is not going to be an integer. The median is going to be a 0.5, right? Something 0.5. So definitely the sum is not going to get a multiple of 4. In that regard, the sum of 5 consecutive integers should be divisible by 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So when you have an odd number of consecutive integers, the sum of the numbers will be divisible by the number of the numbers.
Wait, could you repeat
Does
that?
that make sense?
Okay.
So if you have uh, an odd number of consecutive integers,
Okay.
okay, the sum of those integers will be divisible by the number of the integers.
Okay.
And if you have an even number of consecutive integers, the sum will not be divisible by the number of the integers. Okay, I don't want you guys to memorize these things. Understand them. Okay, just try and assimilate it. Once you understand it, that is it. Okay, and if you understand it, it helps you to think through problems rather than like formula. This is how we solve this. I want you guys to diffuse that kind of thinking from your head. Okay, that's the problem with going to the Ghanaian educational system from beginning to where you are right now. You get used to using equations and formulas for solving everything and can't think from first principle. Right. So this class, I want you to assume that you can solve every question from first principle, just thinking through the question. Okay. All right. Now there is something else. Let me see if I can find this. Okay. All right. So your options, I'm sure I've given you enough time to think through it. Right, so K is even, K is odd, K over N is an integer. I've already given you the answer to the question in my previous dialogue. So if you get it wrong, I'll kill you. Chat. I mean, send the answer to chat. Stacy, I'm struggling to read what you sent. It can be even or odd, but what if k and n does not give an integer? I don't get. Are you asking me a question or is it a question?
Yes. Okay.
What's the question?
I was asking that what if k
Is it on network? I didn't hear the full question.
divided by n does not give an integer? Like if k is even, I don't know, it's an even odd number that does not give an integer. It means like the answer is not in the question.
Okay, so your answer will be none of them.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
then I
So
would
if
like
you
to
know
change my
yourself,
answer to. Oh, sorry.
Parkway, he said, "Well, you want to change your answer?
Yeah, if there's a non option,
Or you want to go for none?
yes.
Okay, no problem. Right. Okay, you said I. Ivy none. Okay. All right. So you guys were right in realizing that K could be even or odd. So both I and I are wrong. Now the last one, that's exactly what I, in fact, that's just a restatement of what the statement I made to you. The last statement I made to you, you asked me to repeat. If you're an odd number of consecutive integers, then the sum will be divisible by that odd number. Is that not I?
Yeah.
So,
That's like an exact restatement of that.
What?
That's why I said I already gave you guys the answer. You guys have to up your game. You're getting too many questions wrong. Do you know to get 160 how many questions wrong you're allowed in total? About 5 or 6. Okay, on the 2 sections. So you must be pretty accurate. Okay. So same like options. Same and I for this one. What to be the answer? Same options. I is k is even, I k is odd, I k over n is an integer.
Yeah, I was the n odd where n is even.
It's English. Oh. It's English. It's math, but it's English. Okay. So I think all of you are misinterpreting the question. Okay. If k is a sum of n odd consecutive integers where n is even, so what does that mean? It means that the numbers you're adding are odd numbers, but the number of numbers you're adding is an even number. Hello, are you there?
Yeah.
Do you
sum is
understand that?
even.
Yes.
So the question, you can replace n with 2, 4, 6, 8, but the numbers you're adding are, are odd numbers. So then, if you're adding an even number of odd numbers, then the sum will definitely be even,
So,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I is correct, I is wrong. And then the sum over the number of numbers is going to be the number between the two middle numbers, and the two middle numbers are odd numbers. So the number between them is going to be an even number, which is an integer. So K over N is an integer. Was that too fast?
Yeah.
Okay. Relax. Take a deep breath. There are an even number of consecutive odd numbers. K over N is the average. I just told you earlier on that the average is the same as the median. Now, if you have an even number of numbers, you're going to have two numbers in the middle, and the median is going to be the number between those two middle numbers. Are we okay so far?
Yes.
Are we okay so far?
Yes.
All right, now those two middle numbers are odd numbers, right? So in between them is going to be an even number, and that even number is going to be an integer. So since K over N is going to give you an integer, that is a restatement of I. So K over N, which is the average or the median, is an integer. Okay, so if you have this, just as essentially, I'm getting into chapter 3, but if you have consecutive integers or consecutive odd numbers, consecutive even numbers, the average is always the same as the middle number or the median. The average is always the same as the median. Okay.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Everyone is
Yeah.
fine, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. So have you seen that if you don't take care, like you'll just be getting questions wrong. Like you can just be getting questions wrong and you'll just be going. You'll be getting things wrong and you'll be going. And you don't even know that you're getting them wrong. Alright, now this one should be easy. This one should be easy. So you know that all prime numbers are odd except 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So x and y are prime and xy is 46. So quantity A is x minus y, and quantity B is 21. Quantitative comparison.
Mm.
Waiting for this.
Hey,
Just type it to me.
please, I don't understand the question.
He said, you don't understand the question.
Like whether quantity A is greater than B, equal or less. Is that the
Yeah, those
question
are
I'm
the
getting?
answers. I mean, it's always the same answers. Option A is quantity A is greater than quantity B. Option B is quantity B is greater than quantity A. Option C is they are equal. And option D is the relationship cannot be determined. They're always the same all the time. And these questions, out of 26 of them are like this. So there are 6. The first 6 questions are quantitative comparison questions for both sections. So for me, these are like easy pickups. They are low hanging fruits. They can easily trip you up, but you can as well just like run through them and like save some valuable time. All right, so I've got answer from only Stacy. In practice, you're sitting. You gotta make up your mind now, practice. You gotta be a bold. You got to be bold and make up your mind.
Is X quantity A and Y quantity B?
A. No, quantity A is X minus Y, and quantity B is 21.
Okay.
And also, I wanted these questions always the values you get are positive integers.
Uh, there's no hard and fast rule as to where whatever. See, the thing is, whatever you have been told in the question is what it is. If you're not being told something, don't assume it. If the GRE don't want you to assume something, they'll specifically state it. Okay? So if they just put X there, then X can be anything. If they want to tell you that X is a positive number, they will tell you. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. So you stick by your answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Bright, are you still in the class? Because I've not seen your answer.
Um, okay, I'm going.
Okay. All right. So YD, Bright.
Because because I don't even understand the question. Like
Uh,
I don't know what the question.
at least you're being honest. Okay. So if you don't understand the question, this is actually a good answer to choose. Okay. All right. Back with you. Why are you choosing D? Or if you don't understand the question?
So when you mentioned that you're not allowed to assume, right? So X can either be 2 or 23.
Yes.
It can go a lot of ways. That's why my original answer was the equal or D. So 23
Okay.
to 21.
It's not a lot of ways, just two ways. It's either it's 21 or it's negative 21.
Okay.
So that's why it's D.
That's
Okay.
easy.
Is it?
That's easy.
Yes, the answer is it. So
Okay.
Stacey, you got it right.
He,
I
I,
mean you understand it now.
yes.
Yeah. So but at least almost all of you are able to identify that like you can't multiply two prime numbers and get an even number except one of the numbers is two. Because all prime numbers are odd except two. So if the product of two prime numbers is an even number, then one of them is two. So the other should be 23. But then you don't know whether either X or Y is a 2 on the 23. So you can't determine. In the same way, if you add two prime numbers, you are getting an even number. I mean, if you're getting an odd number, sorry, then one of them must be two. Because the sum of any two odd numbers is always even. So the sum of any two prime numbers should be even. So when it's not, then one of them must be two. Okay, good. Factors and multiples. So nobody's gonna ask you to find the HCF of 21 and 20 and 35. Okay? They will not ask you that. So if they want to ask you for HCF, they are going to use something like this. 108 over X, 180 over X, and 120 over X are integers. Okay, so what's the highest possible value of X? You can continue the question. I hate writing. What's the highest possible value of X? So this is essentially asking you to find the HCF. Okay, 36 back racing. Actually 36 can divide 120. All right, Stacy. Now it's fast. Good.
So the number.
Anybody? I have Robert and Bright.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the answer should be 12. Okay. All right. Someone just sent me a very nice message. Good evening, Mr. Prosper. Hope you are well. I got accepted to the University of Pennsylvania on full scholarship. Thank you very much for your assistance.
Amazing.
You said?
Amazing.
Yeah. Her life has
You will
changed
do.
forever. Ivy League school. Anyway, so the answer is 12. Okay, Stacy, take your time. So usually if you those things, if you get it in, like multiply by 2 and see if if the times 2 also divide the numbers. Maybe you forgot that 108 be divided by 12. Right? So the answer is 12. All right, now LCM similar. Okay, so x over 12, x over 18, and x over 21 are integers. So what is the least possible value of x? Hey, Mr. Bright, you have shocked me.
Is it?
You have shocked me. You have given me electric shock. Your answer.
What?
You've given me. Look at the question. You've turned the question around. Ah, Israel, are you serious?
I'm coming. 18 to 84 now.
Okay. 252. Okay. Stacy, what's your answer? Okay, good. So if you take these things, you just have to take them in pairs. Okay, so for 12 and 18, the LCM is going to be 36. So now you're going to have 36 and 21. So for 36 and 21, the highest common factor is 3. Okay, so you're going to have the product of the numbers divided by the HCF is the LCM. Okay, so this 36 times 21 over 3 is going to give you 12 times 21. So that's 240 plus 12. So that's 252. Why?
No, I'm realizing the calculation. If you see it, it's a little different than in your head. Okay.
It's a little different.
Yeah. Like the motivation when you saw the 1221 and then
Mm-hmm.
you gave the answer.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
All right. These things you practice them with time before, like you get uh like very good with it. I was lucky that I did science and math quiz. So because I did science and math quiz, I had to learn these things from my second year in high school. So by the time I was going to write these exams, like I was already good with these things. So, but if you practice, you get used to it. Okay. And you'll be surprised how important these things are, like even in the corporate environment. Okay. You don't really need to go for calculator to calculate basic things. Right. Okay, so another way they can ask you LCM question, they could have asked this question like, what's the least positive integer divisible by 12, 18, and 21? Same thing as LCM. Okay. They can tell you that uh, Pancreas visits the shopping mall every 18 days. Stacy visits every 12 days, and uh, Price visits every 21 days. So today they all went to the shopping mall. Okay. After how many days will all three of them go to the shopping mall on the same day? Do you get that question?
Yeah,
That's
I do.
that's also asking you for LCM. Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Yes, Stacy. Right.
I didn't really hear the question well, but I wanted to ask if the days we each visit like will be our numerator.
So let me repeat that question, right? So it goes like this. Stacy visits every 12 days. Parkway visits every 18 days, and Bryce visits every 21 days. Now, today you all went to the shopping mall. Okay. So after how many days will all three of you visit the shopping mall on the same day? So essentially, you're going to be visiting on multiples of 12, the other person on multiples of 8, and the other person on multiples of 21. So the first time those multiples coincide is the LCM of these three numbers. So it will be on day 252. So 252 days after today, you all be at the shopping mall on the same day.
Hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Okay, great. This should be easy, right? If you learned what's in the book in 10 seconds. Quickly, answer. Nobody's writing. Don't write anything for me. I wish I could see your face. I remember back then when I was training my SAT students. When uh, uh, if you write, there's a fine. There's a fine for writing. So if you write You'll be fine. And we're taking practice tests without sc- uh, s- scratch paper. Only Stacy has sent an answer. Back we say what are you calculating? Okay. Why did it take you so long?
I, you see, I'm expecting other people to send the answer, and so I'm hovering over the enter button. That's why. Oh.
Okay, Robert and Bright answers. The reason why I want everybody to answer is because I want to know if everybody understands. Do you get it? Yeah. So if you
I'm
don't
sorry, I
answer,
didn't get here.
you said
I'm sorry, I didn't get here.
you didn't get there.
I I got to LCM.
All right. Okay. That's fine. So, um, essentially, the theory goes like this: if x is less than y, then if you divide x by y, the remainder is x. Okay. So even that's correct. I can use it to give you a question right now. Okay, so if x is divided by 7, the remainder is 3. One would assume x is 20, okay, but x could have been 3 itself because 3 divided by 17, the remainder is 3. So if 7x becomes 21 in that case, so 21 divided by 17, the remainder is 4. So the answer should be 4. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then the question I said I could ask you will probably go like this. Right, so it's just by extrapolation. So 0 is less than x is less than y, and x and y are integers. So your quantity A is the remainder if x is divided by y, right? And your quantity B is going to be the remainder if y is divided by x. Okay, so what do you think would be the answer?
What's the options?
What?
And the options.
So the options are always the same, Stacy. Option A is quantity A is greater than quantity B. Option B is greater than A. C is they are equal. D is cannot be determined. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Hey, you put like D like that, Robert. It's like you like D power. It's like your go-to answer. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying you like D. Okay, so Stacy says A is greater than B. Hmm. Maoli said what? X is less than Y. Ah, is that not what the question said?
Quantity A is less than quantity B.
Quantity A is less than quantity B.
Yeah.
Okay. Pakwezy, what's the end now? D. Ah, I knew it.
Oh,
All right. So, Stacy, can you give me a sensible explanation for your answer?
Okay, so they are all positive like integers, numbers. Okay. So if when you divide a bigger number by when you divide a bigger number by a smaller number, you get a small remainder. When you divide a small number by a bigger number, you get a big remainder. That's why I choose my answer. Oh.
Your answer is correct. Just that sometimes someone can explain something to you and you are scratching your head, right? Yeah. So the thing is that x is less than y. So if you divide x by y, the remainder is x. Okay. So the answer to question or quantity A is x. Now if you divide y by x, since x is smaller than y, then essentially x is going to go into y, and you're going to live with something that is actually smaller than x as a remainder. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been the remainder. So the answer to question B is a value which is less than x, and the answer to question A is x. So x and something less than x, definitely x is greater. So quantity A is greater than quantity B.
Oh,
While Kwesi, I'm right. Robert, do you understand?
yeah.
Okay. So you guys, this is a warning shot to you. Study the book very well. Okay?
Yes,
Like really well. Don't just like scan through it, okay?
yes, please.
Otherwise, you'll be getting all my questions wrong. All right, last question for the day. This should be easy. So that everybody lives on a happy note. I'm sure even if you didn't read to this point, you should be getting this. And by the way, the next time we meet, you are doing both chapter 2 and 3 chapter 3 and 4 together. So averages and percentages. So you have a whole lot to cover. Average is actually quite simple, so it shouldn't take so long. So probably we'll finish averages and start percentages, or we'll finish both of them in our next class. So try and cover both of them. All right. So answers to this. Okay. All right. So I've received only one answer.
Yeah.
No, Pakwesi, I got yours.
Yeah, like I'm wondering why I'm the only one. Yeah.
It is why.
If the answer is too faster.
Oh, your answer is actually correct. It's correct. Yeah. So yeah, Stacy is correct. Why did it take you so long, Stacy? Very confused.
Yes, I was.
Oh, or you thought there
Like
was
I was
you thought there was some
scrolling.
trick
I
inside.
was
Yes, yes.
no my and my tens and ones were confusing me, so I was
Uh, hey, Bright.
Oh,
Oh, see, oh,
ah, sorry. So I just saw it.
Robert, where's your answer? You see, the funny thing with the way GRE questions are set and the way I set my questions is that I just don't put like random wrong answers. So if you make a mistake, your answer will be there.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to be very careful. It's like that on the test too. So they actually solve the question. Then they solve the question in 4 wrong ways. Students will solve the question, or 4 wrong assumptions students will make in solving the question. And they will put those answers there for you. All right, so if you round this up to the nearest thousands, you have 6,000. If you round this to the nearest tens, you have 5,640. So if you subtract, you have 360. It's as simple as that. Right, do you understand now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So will you guys meet tomorrow or you meet on Wednesday? So that you prepare very well. Which one?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Robert. Okay,
Tomorrow.
you guys go and agree and get back to me. Okay. If you can cover the grounds before tomorrow evening, we can meet tomorrow evening. Okay. If not, we could meet Wednesday morning. Anyone that works for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay, Wednesday morning.
Yeah, Wednesday morning.
Is the issue is because we have church on Wednesday
yeah.
night, Wednesday evening. So that's tomorrow, Wednesday morning is fine.
Okay. Okay. So you guys prepare very well. Prepare really
There's no
well.
class on Wednesday.
Prepare really well. Like learn the things. Learn. Go at least go over twice so that they are stuck in your head. And everybody you see, take notes. Take notes. Make sure you actually take
Wednesday
notes.
morning.
Okay.
Okay.
And with the percentages, learn it the way it is in the book. Okay.
Yes,
I
please.
know that you may have learned to solve some things in a different way in the past, but I'm begging you, like try and understand what I was trying to do in the book and follow it. It will make your life simple. Okay.
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 Yeah.
All right. And the percentages, that's the most important topic on the GRE test. So when you're learning it, take your time.
Please.
All right. So I'll see you the next time we meet. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.
You
Bye bye.
too. Thank you too.
Bye.
Bye bye.